Here we are, and hey, what's up guys, my name is Toby, and welcome to part 4.5 of my devlogs. Or a dev update if you prefer, because let me calm down for a second. Because technically it's 0.5, so like we're going over stuff that I've been doing since the last update. We're going over a few things today, not that many things. One set of skills, some things you may have noticed around the screen. And some changes. Let's go with the easy changes first. There's a reason why we have Arken in the party again. Let's go over Erik's first, because going to his repertoire right here, going to his return skill here. A return skill and Revenge and Revolution, or Reversal and Revolution, is actually a bit changed. Before, any damage Erik took would actually be added to his next attack, which is it's kind of boring, you know. It's kind of also not flashy enough. No. Now we have, well, Revenge reduces damage by 15% and reflects reduced damage to the attacker. Very exciting, actually. It goes up by 15% each time, so he reduces 45% damage at tier 3 and reflects that damage to the attacker. Very interesting skill now. I mean, it wasn't that I knew it wasn't that I didn't know that the original was gonna be boring and stuff, but like, compared to the other characters, like Limits, his was kind of boring. Now Erik might actually be a competent attacker now, even with his very high stats. He just doesn't have very good skills. Another thing, Arken, I mentioned this in my, you know what, I might have mentioned this, but basically Dazzle's back. I changed to Starbuster before, but Dazzle's back. Dazzle was per request, so I might as well keep it, you know. It's also better. Not necessarily better for Arken because he's a physical attacker. A lot of physical attackers recently, man. But yeah, we have Dazzle again. Alright, besides that, for equipping skills, as you can see, we have some new icons for the power, status, passive limit, equipping. I didn't really touch on this too much. Basically, you can only put 4 low power skills, 3 medium, 2 high, 4 status skills. That's to mostly accommodate Arken's charge skills. Because if you can only have 2 status skills, he can only have 2 charge skills. Which the entire point of his limit is that he uses all his charge skills out beforehand, and then uses a Nebula knockout. 2 passive skills. There's not many passive skills. No, important. And 1 limit, of course. Changing some books. Technically, it might not look like it, but I took these books from the icon generator instead of the icon set that EMI provides. So it took a little bit of work, but yeah. And it's because there's only 5 books in the icon set, but it's not really the point. Besides that, let's look for the HUD. As you can see in the top left is your player level. Why do you need player level, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. Every level you're going to be getting a set of rewards, and okay, maybe just 1 reward, but you're going to get rewards, and you're going all the way up to level 30, just like characters. I wonder if that has some sort of significance that I'll be implementing later on. Besides that, if you hit level 30, you can still get, I should probably talk EXP first. EXP! Yeah, you get EXP per completing a new dungeon. The EXP scales based off of your level, so like 1 through 10 is 2, 11 to 20 is like 3, something like that. I forgot what it was, but there'll be a lot of dungeons, so that'll be very easily accommodated for. And by dungeons, I mean each individual level, and there'll be many levels, so not really a hard thing to do there. I just realized because the first stage, Slime Stronghold, has 10 stages. You could very easily just get to level 5 just by that, and that's a lot faster than I would be expecting. For the record, I already planned out like 58 stages, so I don't know how many levels that is. I need to check back with my calculation for EXP. Also, if you hit level 30, you can still get EXP. Instead of adding a level to your actual level, there'll be a +0. I'm not showing it here because it takes a lot of work, but it'll be a +0, and for now it's +1 to +30. You'll still get rewards, and that you actually get, even at +1, you'll get rewards for the final tier of rewards, which is 21 to 30. That's a little bit hard to explain since I'm not showing anything, but that's basically a cinch. Or something like that. There's also 2 shop resets. That is relevant later. I will not talk about it yet until we get to the actual shop stuff. Let's talk about the right side though. First we have our gold here. 999,999 is the max. Actually, for all of these, it's 999,999. So I don't really have to say that many times at all. Skill shards is what you use to learn skills. 1 for tier 1 skills and 6 for tier 6 skills. There's a whole chart that basically calculates, so you need 45 to learn an entire character's skills. It's not tied to level, so you can actually learn all 45, or learn all, say, 12 skills? 13 skills at level 1 if you wanted to. But you might not have enough MP to accommodate for higher skills. That's the only problem there. Limit shards are the next one, and you only need 6 to learn all your limits. 1 for the first one and 3 for the last one. Very simple. Then you have the gacha tickets. I attached one of the gacha tickets, but they're used to some badges, and that's pretty much it for the HUD. We're going to be going over a particular character's skills now. And that'll be it for today, so I will see you in the battle scene. Yeah, if her name was the last name, and her first name started with an E, I guess you could call her an E. Clair. That pun was a journey to finally say, but now I can finally say it because it's a Clair related video. Other than that though, there was no point at that pun, so let's get on to the skills. Clair is an archer with wind magic, and as you can see, she has a state under her little shield thingamajig right there. And also under their shield thingamajig right there. I want to see that out. I'm trying to... I need to find out later. I keep forgetting because it just looks out of place like this. Anyways, going on to the skills, we have pretty much all wind skills because she's a magical focused unit. We have wind here, which is a magical attack. Such a surprise. Wow, incredible. We also have Excel Start. Remember that state that was there in the beginning? Well, that was because, well, as you see in the turn order here, she was first for these first 2 turns, but in the next turn there, she's actually last. That's because the Elven Archers here have 5 agility, 3 agility. It's more than what she has, because she always has 1. That's because Excel Start is a skill that, upon starting battle, they apply Hyper Speed, which grants 900% haste. Frequency, wave start, so at the start of battle, and expires after 2 turns. The reason why is because for some reason it doesn't. I tried multiple ways. I couldn't make it so it was only the first turn, only the first 2 turns. I guess because the first 2 turns are visible on screen. I guess something strange with order turn battle. It's very strange, but that's basically the nitty and gritty about it. And she gains 900% haste. Very. It sounds like a lot, but it only multiplies her haste by 10 times. Quicken shifts the position of an ally earlier. I guess that would be helpful at a time like this. Hey, look at that, she moved. Now she's back to where she was before. Earlier as in 2 spaces, according to those 2 arrows there. Wind deals medium damage and has this exact same animation as Wind. I want to see how much damage Wind does actually. I haven't tried this out recently. Oh yeah, that deals so much more damage. Recently the change was that their damage would increase, the calculation. So originally the damage calculation was plus a flat number. The problem with that is the number between tiers isn't very much of a stark difference. It would be like 5 or at first 3, and that would mean the difference between a medium tier and a low tier would be 3 damage, which is not worth it at all. Then I changed it so it was a multiplier, but it was 1.2 and 1.5, but that wasn't a stark difference at all because at like say level 1 or something and you have like 3 attack, that'd be like 4 and 5 or something like that. I don't know. That's not very worth it for me. But now it's okay. Basic attacks is times 1 minus defense. Low power is 1.5, medium is 2.0, and heavy or high is 2.5. However, for multi-hit attacks and multi-targeting attacks, it's actually lowered by 0.2 calculation. So instead of 1.5, it's 1.3. 2.0, it's 1.8, etc., etc. That's how I got to balance those things. Though the MP still also balances them quite a bit more. Gale Buster is a low wind damage attack to a single enemy and shifts your position to later by 2 spaces. Look at that. I'm gonna improve the animations a lot later. Max MP by 5 increases max MP by 5. It's not really that complicated. Rush Wind is a low wind damage to a single enemy and it shifts the user position to early. Not earlier, mind you. So it shifts their position 1 space earlier. L Storm deals medium wind damage to all enemies. Ooh, nice crit. Heal. This originally healed 15 HP. Now it heals 5 plus 15% of elemental attack as HP to an ally. So now she heals 21. So the reason why so first of all, I did 5 because 5 was like, you know, at level 1 you're not going to be healing that much, so you'll be healing about 6 or 7 maybe, with 50% elemental attack. But later on, if I did something like 7% attack, it would heal like, say, 50% of someone's HP, which is a lot for a 6 MP move. So I made a 50% elemental attack, which sounds still like a lot, but at the same time, it's 6 MP. So I thought the best way to balance it would be just like this. Dolan shifts the position of an enemy later. Interesting. I'm gonna change the position text. I do need to change that as well, because it's not really clear that it's only the user. It's only clear. Even just now, I confuse myself. So I'm gonna put like user position or something. But it's gonna shift the position of an enemy later, which is 2 spaces. Get back there, you. Alright. Dizzy Spell is a 75% chance to inflict daze, which makes him have a 20% chance of being unable to act. Wow. Flawless. They don't have an attack thing, so they can't do anything. Also, look, animation, yay! There's also an entrance animation, but I didn't really show that here because I have to record it immediately, which is not the easiest thing in the world. MP Triumph, pumping victorious, restores 20% max MP. This is more gonna be a thing when waves become a thing. I'm very close to starting my first battle, okay? Because when I start making battles, the rest of the game is gonna be quite easy, not easy. Game making is never easy, let's be honest here. Even like the lowest, never mind. That's too philosophical. Anyways, we're getting to a point where game making is going to be easier for this particular game in general, because there's not much plot. I'm going to do like a plot thing later, but Arc Storm deals high wind damage to all enemies. It also is just the user's position later. So I'm going to use this test potion, and it do a lot. So theory is not bad. Now let's get to the limits. Alright, Growing Wind deals low wind damage to a single enemy, followed by low wind damage to all enemies. But the 81. But Runefire, how could you possibly increase it? Are you gonna increase it by just making them both deal medium damage? Nope. That's not what we're doing. Rising Wind, medium wind damage to a single enemy, followed by low wind damage to all enemies. See, if I did it, so if I made it so it was low wind damage to all enemies, then medium and high, I would make it so it just said low wind damage to a single enemy, followed by all enemies. But no, as you can see, I put low twice here, which means they're gonna be separate. So we're gonna do medium wind damage to a single enemy here, Rising Wind, and look at that. I haven't actually calculated that or tested this one out with the new damage formula, so I'm glad that works. Very complicated process with it, actually. And finally, Amassing Wind. High wind damage to a single enemy, followed by low wind damage to all enemies. Gosh dang, man. Or a woman, actually, it's a woman. But yeah. that'll be all. We got about a 15-minute one for this one, but yeah. Next time, for the next 0.5, we'll be covering 2 other characters' skills. And after that, we're going to be going into the first battle scene. Because I'm pretty sure by then, I'll have the next battle scene ready. Or the first battle scene ready. So with that said, see you guys and stay safe. Bye-bye.